I am back with another video. It's been a minute since I had a full sit down video. I've mostly been doing my vlog, which is most of my content, but sometimes I like to sit down and have like sit down videos where I talk and do things. So today we're going to sit down and we're going to discuss the books that I read in the past couple months, May, June, July, and August. So these are all the books I read. It's not that many because I haven't really been reading, but I read about 10 books in the last 4 months. So I mean, I've been trying. I'm ahead of my Goodreads goals, so I guess that's good. But I had a good time. I'm not gonna say all of them were 5 stars because there was some that disappointed me, but it was definitely a good reading month. June definitely my best reading month so far in a long time, so I'm super happy about that. I had such a good time, and let's just get into this video because I've been waiting a while to show you guys this. Also, I don't know if you guys know this, but I moved into my dorm again. I'm actually in a basement this year. So the first book that I've read in May, which is one book, I read Hani and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating, which was very, very good, by the way. I gave it a 5 stars on Goodreads, but technically my rating would be a 4.5. Mostly because like there were instances where like it was like but like it definitely wasn't giving low like 3 or 4. It was giving definitely reaching a 5, but like there were just a little bit of moments where I was like, okay, well, it happens. I love Hani and Ishu, and I think that was like one of my first, if not first, queer reads of this year, and I was super excited to be able to, because I don't know if you noticed, but Hani and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating has been on my TBR for a while. I started it a while back last year, but I just wasn't in the mood for certain things. I wasn't in the mood, and I decided to finally read it this year. I had the audiobook, and I was like, just go for it. And I was like, sure, fuck it. So I started listening to it, and it's so good, so nice. So basically, if you don't know what Hani and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating is about, it's about these 2 girls. One name is Hani, one name is Ishu. They're both Bengali, and so basically, Hani is very much the girl who has to appease to people, and when the people that she wants to appease is her friends, because her friends that don't believe her when she says that she's bisexual. They're like, honey, how can you be bisexual if you haven't even been with a girl? And then so Honey goes, well, I have a girlfriend. And they're like, sweetie, no you don't. And then she goes, yes I do, it is Ishu. Okay, no, she doesn't say that, but but she does say that she has a girlfriend. And so she starts thinking, she starts panicking, and she just said it out of nowhere. And so you basically kind of see her as Ishu, because like their families, because they're both Bengali, they like are this book is set in Scotland, I believe, by the way. And Ishu is like half Scottish, half well, she's Scottish and Bengali. Ishu was basically more laid back, but at the same time, she's one of those people who's laid back, but like she's over obsessive about school, trying to please her parents and things like that. And I love that about I love Ishu. I fucking love Ishu, and I related to Hani so much. And this book is it's just about finally accepting who you are, and it's a coming of age book. And it's just, I think the author did such a good job portraying Hani as a character, because you see her development from the course of the book, from the beginning to the end. And I think that Ishu really didn't change, but I don't think Ishu needed to change. I think that she just needed to come to a realization that not everything that your parents do you are going to like that. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, she has problems with like her insecurities of like not feeling like her parents really see her, because of like their sisters, like her sister is like very, very like well achieved. I'm not telling you spoilers, by the way. I don't know, sometimes I am, but this all happens basically in the first chapter, besides like some stuff I'm like exaggerating because like I've read it, and so blah blah blah. But definitely such a good read. Highly recommend it if you're looking for a lesbian romance YA. So as I say that, the next book that I read is Cuffing Seasons by Danielle Allen. You know, I always gotta put her in my wrap-ups. I fucking love Danielle Allen. So I actually started Trinkets before I started Cuffing Season. But Trinkets, I took a pause and then ended up reading Cuffing Season. I finished that before Trinkets. So I started Cuffing Season and Trinkets around the same day and finished them around the same time too. Literally within like a span of like an hour or two of each other. But they're both really, really good. So basically, if you don't know what Cuffing Season is, it's the second book in her in like this series. So the first book is called Sweatpants Season and this one is called Cuffing Season. And so it has characters from Sweatpants Season come in and they do make a lot of appearances in the book. And it's basically about this girl. She get like like I said, introductions with like the first book. This girl who was in the first book, she ends up asking her to like basically, why am I showing you guys a book? She ends up asking her like basically like could you take pictures for me because I'm trying to model for like I need a model for her class because this class that she took which is important in the main part of that book. And so she ends up saying yeah, helping her, and she gave her a card. And so after she gave her a card, you know, to show like, can you give this to the teacher, because the teacher that is doing their class is like this very famous photographer. He ends up hitting her up and is like, I like you, like let's work together. And like you kind of see a budding romance from then there, and it was really, really good. I have never gave Danielle Allen books less than a 4-star, and I'm gonna be 100% honest, I've never been disappointed in her work besides Telltale. And Telltale, I wasn't disappointed in it. I just wish that it could have been a 5-star, but then she decided the last 20% of the book had to go. So yeah, but I've never disliked any of Danielle Allen's books, and I never gave it below 4 stars, and I fucking love this book. It was really good. Definitely like not my highest rated Danielle Allen book, like it's not up there, but it definitely was a good read. I'm not even gonna front, like it was a very, very good read, and it was like a quick one that I just needed and I just wanted, and I was super happy to get that. It's not very smutty. If you want to know, it's not her smuttiest book. Definitely like maybe 1 or 2 scenes, but like I wasn't really there for that. I really liked them as characters, and I was very much enthralled with them because honestly Danielle Allen writes very, very, very good smut. I will not lie to you, like very good smut. Like go read her novellas. Like if you want something like a good smutty romance with like a pretty decent plot, go read her novellas. But I would say that this book definitely was just, it was heavy on the romance more than the smut, and I really love that aspect because I honestly sometimes the smut either get too repetitive or it's just too much or it's just bad that I just like I don't care. So I think that was a really good book, and I had to touch it at the time. Like I said, after I finished Cuffing Season 2 hours later, I was reading Trinkets and finished it, and it was fucking good. Okay, so one of my favorite shows on Netflix, I talked about this on my wrap up before, it's a couple videos before this, is basically my mid-year freak out tag, and I talked about how one of my favorite shows on Netflix is Trinkets. Trinkets Get Even, which I don't know if you know this, I have the Get Even book because like I'm going to finally read it. It's 2 books. I got the first one, but I don't know if you know this, but like I felt so disrespected because they had a nerve to, instead of giving us a season 2, they gave us a Good Even sequel. They gave us somebody else, some other characters, some other like, it's still set in the UK, but like instead of this the main cast, they're like, this is the Get Even franchise. And I was like, no bitch, this is the Get Even. Get Even. Stop trying to do some other shit. It's like Get Even Cheer Squad. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this. I tried to watch it and I was like, this shit is fucking trash. I felt so disrespected by that, and I am disappointed in Netflix in that one. I don't know if it's sponsored. I don't know if it's a Netflix original. I believe it is. But I felt disrespected in Netflix, and they should have never done that. But back to the point. Trinkets, 5 stars. It was a very good read. I had such a good time. I started it back in May. Or, no, actually I started back in April. But I ended up pausing it because like reading it online was very bad, because I don't know if you know this, but like the Trinkets books are written like poetry because the author was a poet, and so it was written like poetry but like through a story, and it was a very good short fast read, and it definitely got me on my reading slump. Like that's what made me start reading Daniel Allen and everybody and got into YA, because definitely got me on my reading slump, and I started reading a lot of books after that in June, and then I took a pause and I got a slump again. But I fucking loved it. And it wasn't really a reading slump. Like I'm not really in a reading slump per se. I've just been heavily watching TV that I just took a pause in reading books. And I'm also like, I've look at a book and I'll go, I should read it, and I'm like, So yeah. Oh, but I don't, if you don't know what Trinkets about, so Trinkets is about these, how many of them, 3 girls. They both are kleptomaniacs, and so they steal stuff from stores, and they all get caught in their own different way, and they end up going to Steelers Anonymous. I don't know, I forgot what it's called. And so like kleptomaniac anonymous basically, and they are basically taking this like thingy. One of the girls, Tabitha, is a popular girl, and you got Elodie, who's like the new girl in town, and you got Mo, who is like the bad girl-esque, but like she really is not a bad girl. Like yeah, I wish the TV show portrayed her more like in a book, because I love how like Mo's like, ooh, she's edgy and bad, but like really she isn't like that at all, and she's just like, I love me some Taylor Swift, like I love that about her. I forgot, I don't know if she actually like Taylor Swift, I actually forgot, but like I fucking love Mo in the book. Like I fucking love Mo. And I loved how like in the book, in the show Elodie is gay, in the book she is straight, and she ends up getting with someone. But definitely a really good book. It's romance, not romance heavy. I think it's mostly focused on their friendship, and I love that. And it gave me the feeling of friendships and the growing of friendship. It kind of reminds me of like Burn for Burn, like how like you get put in this weird situation and you end up finding your lifelong people, or just a friendship that's just like you want to hold on to you and like never forget for your entire, like never forget, and go and tell your grandchildren about it, because I love that about them, and I love how much they've grown as people throughout the book. The next book I read was Starcrossed, which was really good. It was good. I will not lie. I had to reflect more on it, because I gave it a 4 out of 5, because like one, the writing wasn't really good. I love a good third person book, so that's why it's definitely not like a 3.7. It's like I love a good third person book. I'm sorry if you don't like them, but I love a book set in third person, and this book is set in third person. And also it's like I love the retelling of the book, like how like I don't know if you know this, but like basically Starcrossed is about this girl. She's the not like no, actually she's not even like other girls. She's the one where it's like, I'm so ugly, like nobody likes me, I'm so tall, and that's literally her. That's literally her. But like not gonna lie, bro, I wasn't annoyed by that. I'm more annoyed with people who are like, I'm not like other girls. Like I'm reading Twilight right now. Bella, count your days, babes. Book Bella, count your days. But she's just like, oh yeah, I'm not like other. She's like, oh my god, like I'm so fucking ugly. Like nobody wants me. But like I know that I'm different, but I'm not gonna say anything about it. And then you're like, oh bitch, you different. How? So then like it's just very interesting, and it's very good, and it plays on supernatural paranormal romance, and it's fucking good. I think that certain aspects should have been included in that relationship, because I don't think that should have been in there. But you know me, I kept it pushing, and that ending definitely wasn't bad. I think the ending was definitely rushed. Like I don't think they should have went certain ways. It's not like I don't think it should have went certain ways. I think that it should have been flushed out more. But like I think that's why I gave it a 4 star, because I didn't really like the ending that much. But the ending, like how the book like actually ended, like last couple pages, last chapter, very good. I was like, oh, I did not expect that, but I did. And I was like, I love the way you went with it. So I gotta read his next book, because like duh. I've seen people talking about this series, and I don't know if you watch their videos, but Throne of Pages had read this series. She was highly recommending it. She said like, this is the Jennifer L. Armentrout book that she really likes, and I was like, shit, it sounds pretty good. Like, as you can see, I'm in like my YA paranormal bag right now, so I'm like, okay, let's read the Lux series. And bitch, let me tell you, the first book had me. That shit had me shooketh. I was like, first of all, the concept. I was literally reading this other book, thinking about Lux, and me want to go reread it and like finish the series. But like, well, I'll get to the next book. But like, that shit had me shooketh. Fucking shook. Let me tell you, because like the way, bitch. The way that like he's an alien, and so he's half his body is like a body, and up is like literally a light beam, and I'm like, bitch, how did she even think of that? I was like, what? Half this is a fucking, so like all I'm visualizing as I'm reading this book is like a half man, half like literal light, and just fucking beaming every fucking where. Like literally the light glows so big, like wherever they are literally beams with light, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then it's just so fucking good. The first book literally hooks you. Jennifer L. Armentrout could fucking wear her ass off, is what I'm going to say. She ate with the first book. Like I was like, what the fuck? And the angst, I have never read such good angst like that. Like I read good, you know, like it was good. But Jennifer L. Armentrout, I don't even know how she even fucking do it, but the angst in her books. I read her other book, which I talked about in my vlog. I'll link it. You should go watch that too. But like it was giving. But this book and the angst was just, and I think I gave it 5 stars, 4.5 stars. It was fucking good. Next book that I read was Onyx, which is the next book in the series. Because obviously I started the next book. I was like, what the fuck? I finished this book in one day. And do you want to know why I finished this book in one day? Because I was thinking, Jennifer L. Armentrout, where the fuck are you going with this book? I was like, bitch, where the fuck are you going? Where the fuck are you going, Jennifer L. Armentrout? Because I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Because like, okay, let me explain to you. So the book, like I said, the angst still ate in this book, okay? The angst was still ate in this book. But like, for like a good person in the book, it was just her going, I like you. No. I like you. No. I like you. No. And I was just like, girl. And then the ending, I was like, then she had a nerve to do some shit that like I thought was like very disrespectful. And I was like, girl, what the fuck? And I was like, Jennifer Armentrout, you're done. You're done. Sounds like a boss. I'm gonna probably read the next book, but I was like, you're done, Jennifer Armentrout. I'm not finishing this series. Fuck this series. And then now I'm like, we're gonna do the next book soon. I love me. But like, okay, but if you don't know what the Lux series is about, so basically the Lux series is about this girl. She moves into town from Florida after her father had died, and her mom wanted to move to a new place, so they moved to this small town. She has a next door neighbor. And I'm so sorry. I'm so giddy about him because I fucking love him so much. So she has his next door neighbor. I think his name is Jason, right? I think so. And so he has him and his twin sister. And we find out that, like, you know, they're aliens, bitch. Like, can you imagine living next door to an alien? I was like, okay, bitch, fire. And like, and it's them and like dealing with like the government. And then on top of that, being a teenager. Oh, that's what it was. Also, she's so fucking dumb in the second book. I was like, what the fuck? Bitch, are you dumb? She kept like, okay, she's that girl that's like, don't go in that room. Well, now I'm going in the room. Bitch, if a person said don't go in that room, why the fuck would you go in that room? She's that type of person. And it just pissed me off the whole fucking book because she put them in that situation, but also he put her in that situation didn't have the nerve to blame her. Sorry, I am a little hyped about the book because that shit really, I finished that book in a day because I had to see the shit, how that shit was about to play out. Like, I was like, what the actual fuck? So yeah, that's the Lux series. Next book I read was Vampire Kisses, which was a very short, chillaxing, very short, chillaxing book that I read after getting traumatized by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And oh, what's it good? I gave it like 4 or 5 stars. I might have been a 4.5. Am I finishing the series? No, but like it was a good first book. I just think that, I don't know, to me it just like it wrapped up. Like it's supposed to be hinting like, oh, and I was like, no, we're done. But like I love the main girl. She's like she gives I'm not like other girl vibes, but like it makes sense for this book. So basically it's set in a small town. As we can see, I've been reading a lot of small town books. And so basically it's set in a small town with this girl. She basically is like the only goth girl in this town. Everybody looks at her like, girl, like why the fuck are you even wearing that? Like, you need to just be like everybody else. But like I love how the book starts. All the writing in this book is like really good because like the way the book starts, it's like I've never expected a book to start like that. It starts off with like her telling a story of like when she was younger and how much she really loved when her parents would put on like scary movies and like these hippie people in the first chapter, and then you see them grow and you see them become like average white people and having a job and all that shit and becoming like so yeah, I fucking love that book and it was very good. And it's basically her falling in love with this guy who may or may not be a vampire, and she's trying to figure that out. But like if you don't know, like I said, she loves scary movies, but she also loves vampires. And so it's this one house in their town that like is very it's like supposed to be haunted by this lady who moved in, and she moved in years ago. And so they end up moving into the house and people are suspecting of them being vampires, and she ends up falling in love with the boy that lives in the house. And it's very good. It's very cute. I love them. I like him. I don't love him. I like him. But I fucking love her. She was like one of the best like main girls. Like next book that I read, the book that you guys see me holding, it's the one, the fucking only bitch, Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. I don't know if you know this, but like one of my favorite books right now is literally this book. I fucking love her. I love Emilia and I love Wrath. Wrath is my new book boyfriend and I fucking love him. Do I want Wrath for myself? Fuck no. I don't think I could ever handle that man. I might deck him and this shit run away. But I fucking love him in this book. Like I love how like he is this type of person where it's like they're always gonna argue. Like the angst is really good. Like they like are enemies in a way. Like he's like always being rude, but like he's also kind of like her mentor in a sense, and I fucking love that about them. And I just love their relationship and like the angst in the plot and like just them. Like I was just them, and it's like one of my favorites. Like I have one scene in a book that's like literally my favorite scene, and like it's just one because like she ends up like defying him and doing this thing because she needs to get like this special thing that her and her sister has, and so she needed to go get it back and she went to go, and I was like, and then I was like, it was so fucking good. And then the ending, the angst on like, if you haven't read this book, go fucking read it. I really need to read Kingdom of the Cursed, but like I can't find Kingdom of the Cursed anywhere, like physically. I could order off Amazon, but I don't want to. But I guess I'm just gonna have to at this point. Because I can't find it at any of my Targets, and every time I go to Barnes & Noble, they don't have it. And so I'm just like, at this point, I think I'm just gonna order off of Amazon. But it's fucking good. She's good. She's amazing. So if you don't know what Kingdom of the Wicked is about this girl named Emilia. She has a twin sister. Twin sister dies. point blank period, she dies. And so we're trying to figure out because she sees her body and her body is, yeah. So we're trying to figure this out and we're trying to like figure out who did it. So she ends up summoning one of the 7 deadly sins, which she didn't know that it was, because she ends up taking something and she needed something to put in her spell, and it just happened that that thing belonged to somebody, and Wrath shows up. And Wrath and the things that we find out in this book and just the I don't know if you know me. I think that's what I love about this book. But I don't know if you know me, but like I fucking love a romance that I love a romance that also has a mystery element to it. I mean, oh my fucking god, that's why I love Haunting Adam, like, because it's like dark romance with like a hint of mystery. I was reading it and I was like, damn, this shit was good. But then it was like, ooh, we're gonna have a mystery with the grandmother, and I was like, purr, I love a good mystery. Also, let me show you what I did. I showed you guys, I don't know if I showed it on my vlog I'm doing right now, but I did the thing that everybody's doing, and I did this. So this is, I think it's gorgeous. But I did this into my book. My mom, as I did this, was like, how are you supposed to read that? Or like, what are you gonna do when, you know, give it away? And I'm like, I'm not giving away this book. And then she's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah. But like, I just wanted this book to keep for decorations. I really want all versions of this book so fucking bad. But if I had to choose one version, like to get for Kingdom of the Wicked, Cursed, and Feared, which coming out next month, is I very, very, very just want the one. It's the one that's like, oh, the jacket is not completely like, it's like this one, but except this one is flowers, and on the sides it's like black with flowers right here. That's the one I want. I don't know if that's I think that's Fairy Loot, but I'm not completely sure. But that version, that book is literally the one I need in my possession as of right now. But when I'm broke into, everybody are reselling it for a fucking outrageous amount of money, and I've been contemplating if I should spend that money. But I'm also like, why are you doing that? You love this book, but why are you doing that? And it's only doing that by promoting it. But yeah, then I did this, which is literally gorgeous to me, and then I did this, which is like my first one I've ever did. So yeah, I'm Kingdom of the Wicked, favorite book of the year, very, very good. Then that's when I read in June. I ended up starting this other book, which was Once Upon a Broken Heart, but I didn't finish it until July. So now we're in July, and this is my July wrap up because it's only one book. Yay! So the next book that I read is Once Upon a Broken Heart. It was fucking good. Okay, it was very, very good, but it was also not boring, but like there's like the ending, it wasn't fulfilling in my opinion. So that's why I'm like 4.5, 4.25. I don't know, because like it was very good, but the ending was so unfulfilling. Like I was like, Stephanie Gerbner, why would you do that to me? I was like, you had so many ways to end this, and you decided to, I don't know, do that. And I was like, okay. So we don't know. What's Upon a Broken Heart is about this girl. It also is set in the Carvo world, which I did not know when I went into it. But it's set in the Carvo world, but it's like years after the Carvo Carvo set. It's like years after. If you haven't read Carvo, you don't need to read Carvo to read Once Upon a Broken Heart. That's fine. I didn't read it. I'm gonna read it soon, but I didn't read it. But yes, Once Upon a Broken Heart is about this girl. Her name is Evangeline. She is this pink-haired girl who's very sweet and innocent, and she's in love with this boy, and she's just so happy with him. And then now he's marrying her sister. Yes, said boy is marrying her sister. Off the rip, he's marrying her, and she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Okay, this does not happen. I'm just implementing these things, okay? I'm very much just exaggerating. So she's like, I need him back. So she ends up going to the King of Hearts, and she ends up using her blood to open up the door to the King of Hearts. No, is it the King of Hearts? Yeah. So she ends up opening the door to him. If I said it wrong, I'll put if I said it wrong on my screen. And he ends up basically like, he don't want you. Like, if he's gonna go with something else, bitch, he don't want you. And she's like, you're fucking lying. And so he goes, okay, so now, fuck it. I'll give you what you want. And she gets what she wants, but in return, she owes him 3 kisses. And if you don't know, the King of Hearts, anybody who kisses him dies, except the person who was his true love. And King of Hearts' name is Jax, by the way. And so I really love it. I really love Jax. Why do I love the I love the Bidden books. Not all the time, but most of the time. But I fucking love Jax. But that's the point. Yeah. So King of Hearts, he basically says you owe me 3 kisses. And so you kind of see like how she deals and like what happens and like what his mission is and what is his ploy. And so many things happen in the book. Like, that book took a turn that I did not expect. I was like, bitch, how do we get from A to B to C to D to F to the alphabet? I was like, girl, how do we get here? But I was also like, girl, how do we get here? Cause But the ending though, I was like, okay. Because like the whole book, also, another reasons why I didn't give it 5 stars, because Evangeline is, she has the case of like dumb bitch syndrome, and I love a dumb bitch. You know me, like I love my dumb bitches. But she is the epitome of a dumb bitch, because like she's just like, I have this doubt. But then that benefit of the doubt just fucks everything up. I had fun. Just Evangeline's a dumb bitch sometimes. But still, I love her. So obviously, I'm gonna continue the series, and I want special editions of the Once Upon a Broken Heart too. And our last book, I'm gonna hurry up and wrap it up because I talked too fucking much. It's obviously, I read Sweet Evil this month in August, and it was very good. It was very good. I gave 5 stars at the time. I think I'm switching my rating to a 3, and it's because I don't think Sweet Evil is bad. I just think that I really did not like the ending. It was very overwhelmingly, what's the word? Uneventful. I've been reading such good books with like so uneventful endings. Like King of the Wicked, that ending to me was so fucking good, especially her last line. I put it on my Instagram. I was like, purr, because yes. But I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, this is the road we decided to go on. And I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna read the next book because like I'm already too deep into this world whenever I get the opportunity to. But I was like, okay, when I first read it. But right now it's definitely a 3.5, maybe a 3.7. Yeah, I think the 3.7 sounds good. But it definitely was good, and I love the road trip scene. It was a very good book. Also, because like, here's my thing. Their relationship is supposed to be complicated, so like it was like off on, and they're also not really together. So like it just, that part, it was just all a lot of really overwhelming. And I just realized I didn't tell you guys what this book was about, and I also gave you guys a lot of spoilers. Okay, so this book is about this girl. As you can see, I literally lost all my energy from the beginning to the end. I am so sorry. I am not tired. I'm just, my body hurts from sitting here this whole time, and I really want to lay down on my bed and stop talking because I've been talking for 40 minutes. So this book is about this girl. I forgot her name. See, she wasn't memorable. She basically wait, what this book is about? Sweet Evil. Oh, okay. So it's basically with this girl. She basically is able to see people's emotions. So basically picture, I don't know if you guys ever watched Teen Wolf, but you know how Kira is a Nugetsune, and so how I picture how she's able to see people is how the depiction of how Scott finds out Kira is a Nugetsune is when he turns on his wolf eyes and he can see her literally glowing the color, like a fox lily around her. Like that's why I think in like see people's like how she described how people emotions are, like they're literally like a walking fucking beam. And it's super interesting, and it's definitely a really cool book. But it's definitely about, it had the seven deadly sins. It's about demons. It has demons. Um, it has angels, prophecies, a lot of things that are like happening. And you know, she's supposed to be special. She's like a special gal. And she ends up like falling in love with this boy. Because she ends up finding out that she's not completely human. Even though she knew this, because like when she was younger, she knew that she could spell stuff from far away. And then on top of that, like, girl, you can see people's emotions. I was like, girl, you know you're not. She was like, oh yeah. And I was like, girl, you know you're not. But like, oh, their tension was really good, and they're really cute. The tension in this book was really good. I'm not even gonna front. They had me like, if y'all already. Also, I love the twins. I love Kobo, I believe his name is. I think it's Kobo. Let me remember his name, because he's a black man, right? All I'm gonna say is it was the black man in the book, and I was looking like, girl, why you not with him? That's literally all I kept thinking about while reading that book. I was like, girl, why you not with that black man? Like, all I that man was like, if I was in that book, I would have took him. I would have took him from her. She didn't deserve him because she was pining after that boy. Him. How I love him, don't get me wrong, but over Kobo? I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna take Kobo. Kobo's so fucking fine. Oh my god. I should go read that book just to see him. And oh, he's so fucking fine. That's to the point. Also, he's smart. Like, he got into Harvard. Like, I love Kobo so much. I want Kobo to be my boyfriend. Can Kobo be my boyfriend? But yeah, that was it. Also, I'm so sorry. I lost all energy, and it's how I am when I'm like low on energy. I'm really groggy, like everything is like, all my words are like or like I'm really always laughing, or like my eyes are like super like basically closed. I've been through a lot, okay? But this is the end of the video. I don't know how this video was 46 minutes and I was talking about 10 books. But this is the end of the video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on my social link down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. It'll either be this video, it'll so fucking dumb. It'll either be my vlog or this is coming after my vlog. But I'll see you guys in my next video. And I fucking love you guys. And I love the support that you guys are giving me. And I love how much I love you guys. I need to go to bed.